Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's continue with our workshop. This video is the final, third video of our workshop on how to find the best Chinese supplier on Alibaba.com. In this video, we will practice together the supplier search on Alibaba.com platform. We will filter them by do's and don'ts that I have talked about in the first and the second video of this workshop. If you haven't watched them already, I strongly suggest you to do that. In those videos, I have shared important techniques on how to find the best Chinese manufacturer on this platform. So let's refresh our memory on what we shouldn't concentrate on when we are searching for a new supplier on Alibaba.com. We shouldn't concentrate on prices and their MOQs. Remember, everything can be negotiated. We shouldn't concentrate on pictures. We should not concentrate on all listed products. In reality, they might have more choice or even manufacture products according to your requirements. Next, we should not take the comments on Alibaba too seriously. And at last, we should not concentrate too much on the number of total transactions showed on Alibaba. Next, let's refresh our memory on what we should concentrate on when we're searching for a new supplier on Alibaba.com. First of all, we must turn on verified supplier and trade assurance filters. We also must check how many years the supplier is in business. Next, we must check the registered floor space and number of employees, especially in QA/QC and R&D departments. Also do check whether they are specialized on the niche products. Check their in-house QA/QC procedures. See which markets they mainly export to. And at last, download the third-party inspection report for more detailed information. Well, now as I promised, let's start practicing. Before we start to search for a supplier, we need to understand what are we looking for. We need to write at least an approximate sourcing requirements. Well guys, let's get started. We type in the product name, select search by supplier. Remember, we are looking for a direct manufacturer, not just a pretty picture from God knows whom. Next, we turn on filters, verified supplier and trade assurance. This way, we will immediately filter out suspicious suppliers. Next, we look at the structure of the company name. We see that this manufacturer has been in business for 16 years. They have 3,600 square meters of registered floor space and they have 250 employees. Now let's look at the product range that they offer. I see that they have what we need. Remember, we are looking for PP and ABS suitcases. Then we go to the company overview, company profile. Here we can quickly check out their videos and the photos of their workshop, warehouse, office, etc. We see that they have been audited by Intertek. In this report, we can find all information that Intertek could collect on this supplier. It's very rare, but sometimes it happens that the information in the report and the information that the supplier provides on Alibaba does not match. Therefore, I strongly suggest you to download this report and study it very closely for those suppliers with whom you are planning to cooperate. Next, we see that they have 12 employees in their QA/QC department. We also see that 50% of their export volume goes to Central Asia. In one of my previous videos, I've already talked about quality requirements in that region, and actually it's relatively lower than in Europe or America, for example. So we will need to be very careful with the product quality of this supplier. Next, in the contacts, we copy the address and check the location of their factory on the map. In most cases, factories are located outside of large cities or in special development zones. We see that they are located between Beijing and the Baoding. From all of the information that we have collected so far, I can say with 90% certainty that this supplier is a direct factory. So we click on this little heart icon. So this supplier will get into our favorites list. We can find all favorited suppliers later in our account's favorites folder and contact them all at once to save time, of course, once we finish with our supplier search. Now let's move on to the next company. Judging by the company name structure, they are also specialized in production of suitcases and bags. They have been in business for more than 8 years with 2,300 square meters of registered floor space, but they only have 50 employees. It's a little bit odd, but let's check them out anyway. Straight away, we are checking their product catalog. I see that they offer exactly what we are looking for. Moving on to their company profile, we take a quick look at the photos and videos of their production facilities and warehouse. It looks quite impressive actually. We notice that this company has been audited by TÜV. They have been in business for over 11 years and have 5 employees in their QA/QC department. Now let's check their export record. 20% of their export volume goes to Southeast Asia, 15% goes to Oceania, mainly Australia and New Zealand, and they also supply to domestic market. This is a very good indicator since these regions are very well known for their high quality standards. Next, we go to their contact details, copy their address. It turns out they are located between Dongguan and Guangzhou, which is a good sign since this region is well known for plastic goods production. From all of the information that we gathered so far, I can say with 95% confidence that this supplier is a direct factory. So we are saving them to our favorites list. Let's take a look at the next supplier. From the structure of their company name, it's clear that they specialize in production of suitcases and bags. They have been in business for 8 years. Let's immediately review their product catalog. I see that they have what we are looking for. They offer PP and ABS luggages. Moving on to their company profile, we check photos and videos of their production facilities and warehouse. We see that they have been audited by TÜV. They have over 8,000 square meters of registered floor space. We also see that they export 30% of their product volume to America. Let's check their location. We see that they are based in Fuzhou. This region is not typically known for the production of plastic goods. However, in China, this is quite normal to find factories located outside of the provinces or regions traditionally associated with a specific industry with a specific niche. Let's move on in our search. We see that this supplier have been in business for 1 year. I won't even consider them. In this niche, I see that the most suppliers have at least 5 years of experience. We have already gone across suppliers and we have seen 8 years or even 10 years in business. Therefore, we should not go below this threshold. Now let's look at the next one. Judging by the structure of their company name, they clearly specialize in production of suitcases and bags. Let's check them out. Right away, checking their catalog, I see a wide variety of PP and ABS suitcases. Also, I see they have many models for kids, which is very interesting as this is the first supplier we have seen offering kids options so far. We move to their company profile and review photos and videos of their production facilities, warehouses, and showroom. They have passed an audit by Intertek. They have over 2,000 square meters of registered floor space, 5 people responsible for quality control, and 25% of their total production is exported to America. Also, we see that they have 5 people in R&D department. Overall, I'm impressed. I think it's worth contacting with them. Let's check their location as well. They are located almost in the same area as the first supplier, if you remember, between Baoding and Beijing. Most likely there is a manufacturing zone specializing in plastic products. Let's add them to our favorites list and move on. Let's take a look at the next supplier. They specialize in the production of suitcases and bags, and they have been in business for 9 years. Let's review their catalog. I see they offer a wide variety of PP and ABS suitcases. Next, we move to their company profile. We review photos and videos of their production facilities, warehouses, and showrooms. We check this to make sure that they keep their facilities neat and clean, and also to understand their production capabilities. Sometimes just by looking at their facility pictures, we can understand which production steps they handle in-house and which they outsource. We see that they passed an audit by Intertek. We also see they hold CE and ISO certificates. This indicates commitment to very high quality production and process standards. This is a very good sign. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first supplier of this scale with such certificates among all of the suppliers that we have seen so far. Checking further, they have 5 quality control employees. As I suspected, they export 25% of their products to Europe and 20% to domestic Chinese market. This is an excellent indicator as both Europe and China have very high quality requirements for products. Checking their location, they are like the second supplier, if you remember, located between Dongguan and Guangzhou. With confidence, we are adding them to our favorites list. Moving to the next one. They have been in business for 8 years. Immediately checking their catalog, they offer decent models. Moving straight to photos and the production facilities. We see that they have passed an audit by SGS. They have over 27,000 square meters of registered floor space, making them the largest in terms of area among all of the suppliers that we have seen today. Let's give them a chance and move on. Next, we see a trading company, but as per our requirements, we are only considering today direct manufacturers. So let's move on. This supplier have been in business for 5 years. Let's skip them to. We see 3 years in business, 4 years in business. This supplier have been in business for 15 years. We absolutely need to check them out. Judging by the name structure, the company specialized in suitcase manufacturing. Let's immediately check their catalog. I see very good models. Next, let's check out their company profile, photos and videos of their facilities. I noticed in the video that they have their own production line for processing aluminum suitcase frames. This is impressive. They have over 20,000 square meters of registered space, 19 years in business, and they also hold an ISO certificate. They export their products to American markets, so we can be sure that the quality of their products are quite high. Additionally, they have 20 people in quality control department. This is very impressive. This is the highest amount of employees in 𝐁𝐄𝐒 department so far that we have seen. And finally, checking their location, they are based outside of Shenzhen. I'm actually very impressed by the supplier, adding them to our favorites list. Next one, too few years in business. This company have been in business for 5 years, but it's unclear how many employees they have. This company 1 year in business, and this one also, and this one is a trading company. Well, I think the suppliers we have already selected should be more than sufficient, more than enough. Let's move on to the next step. What do we do next? Next, we need to log into our Alibaba account, go to the favorites, then click on suppliers. All of the suppliers we have marked with a heart icon should be over here right now. Next, select them all by using select button, and this way we can send our request to all of them at once. This can help us to save our time. I have drafted 2 templates. You can use them to start communicating with the suppliers. Of course, adjust the templates to suit your specific circumstances, and you can confidently send them out. Don't forget to download the audit report and study it carefully for those suppliers with whom you establish a dialogue. Well, that's it for today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Click that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!